In this video, we are going to see how we can insert an element in a stack. Inserting an element means a push operation, and this would be always inserted from the top. So in case we want to insert any element in the stack, then by definition it has to be inserted from the top. Here we are considering that stack has been implemented as an array. So if we have to call the push function from the main, and there is a possibility that this stack might be used in other functions as well, it makes sense to declare the stack as a global variable. So here we have a stack of size n, where we have defined n by using a macro statement over here. We say that the size of the stack is going to be 10. If we don't want to use the macro, we can simply write int s10 also. Here I am assuming that the number of elements that I want to put in the stack are not going to exceed 10. We also have a global variable over here, which is the top variable, and this is currently -1, which indicates that the stack is empty. So if the stack is empty, the top variable would be -1. Now let's see how we can implement the push function. So to push an element, we can take input from the user on which element he wants to push. So we put out a statement like this, enter element, and whatever element the user has entered, we will do a scanf and store it in the value of x. Before inserting, there is one more check we need to make, is to check whether the stack was full or not. Currently, we don't know what is the position of the stack. So there is a possibility that all the elements over here were full, and the stack, there is no space in the stack now. And in case this was the case where all the elements were available in the stack, suppose the elements in the stack were like this, then means the top variable would be pointing to this last element, which is the topmost element in the stack. When will this condition be? When the stack is full. When top is equal to n-1. N is the size of the stack. That means the maximum number of elements that can go in the stack. Since the indices are starting from 0, the last element would be at index n-1. So if top is equal to n-1, that means the stack is already full. So in that case, we should say that the stack is full, and this is going to result in an overflow condition. In this case, we cannot add more elements into the stack. However, if the stack is not full, then we come to this statement over here. We increment the top value. So top, we know, is currently -1 in this particular status. When top is -1, if we will increment the value of top will become 0. That means top will now start pointing to this particular location, and at that particular location, s of top, we can put in x. So if our x was 2, suppose if the user had wanted to insert a value 2, then 2 will be inserted and top will point to the first element or the topmost element in the stack, and it would have a value of 0. Now again we want to push another value and say the value that the user now wants to put is 7. So again we will have to increment the value of top. So top will now become 1. That means top will now point to the next available space, and now we can insert the value of 7 over there in the new value of the top. So this top is now pointing to the next index, and the 7 value can be inserted in this new space. So as in when we do a push operation, the top will have to be incremented to point to the next available space, and the new element can be added over there. The complexity of this operation of pushing an element in the stack is order of 1, since this is going to take constant time. What if we do not want to take the input from the user over here in the function, but we want to pass this element as a parameter in the main function? So suppose if I want to write push 2. So what are the changes that will be required? So in that case, we can take this parameter that is being passed as a input parameter to this function. We need not use these statements and simply use the value of x that has been passed to the function. Also, there is one more thing that needs to be taken care of. When the stack was full, that means if top was equal to n minus 1, we printed out a message to the user that the stack is overflowing and no more elements can be added. There is a possibility of handling this situation as well. So if the stack is full, what we can do is, like, suppose if our array or the current stack was of size 4 and these were the elements which were present over there. And now if another push operation is required, we can create another array, maybe of double the size, copy all the elements of the previous stack into the new array and add more elements which are coming in from the user to the new spaces or available spaces in the new stack. So rather than printing this statement that there is a stack overflow condition, we can handle it by creating a larger array, copying the elements from the previous array to the new array and pushing in the new elements into the new spaces. If this is done, then the complexity of this operation, push operation, would become order of n, because now all these elements of the previous stack would have to be copied over here, which would require order of n time.